What's up, followers of The Forge? Brandon Green and Ben 40 are here. Welcome to another top list where we're going to get to highlight some of the best black metal records of 2020. Grab a cup of your blackest coffee, put on your LARPing gear. Let's get to our picks.
Thank you, Metal Forge Reviews, for having me on this channel. My name is Jamie Horsley. I run a YouTube channel based on my name, and today I'm going to give you my top 3 black metal albums of 2020. Well, it may not be my top 3 black metal albums, but it's edging close, that's for sure. So first of all, let's kick off with Mare Cognitum Spectral Law, Wanderers, Astrology of the Nine. So if you want some epic, some cosmic black metal, you've come to the right place. This particular band is absolutely fantastic. Now, Spectral Law and Mare Cognitum have collabed on this album, just like Metal Forge Reviews and I have collabed on this video. How's that? So Mare Cognitum Spectral Law did an album back in 2013, I think, called Soul. Now, that album was an absolute success, and they decided to do another album together called Wanderers, Astrology of the Nine. This is a cosmic journey in the solar system from Mercury all the way to Pluto. Each song is dedicated to the planet. And it's absolutely a fantastic album, building with progressive elements, symphonic elements at times, making it quite epic and majestic. The vocals are fantastic, the production is really good as well. It's got that murky feel, but it's on the borderline of very good production as well. If you want this visceral black metal tone for an album like this. And this album is absolutely fantastic. Not to mention the guitar melodies get stuck in your head, and it's the ominous verses as well that really build up to be quite an epic adventure, quite an epic journey. My favorite is being Jupiter Giant. It's absolutely fucking fantastic song. I just love the overall guitar leads, the tremolo pickings, and it's just one hell of a time. So yeah, Mare Cognitum, Spectral Law, Wonder Astrology of the Nine. Go check it out now. And here's a little clip. So, if you ever want to check out Spectral Law, Mare Cognitum, Wanderers Astrology of the Nine, link will be in the description for the Bandcamp. Their Bandcamp is fantastic, and do check out the other albums as well since they have collab. But Mare Cognitum itself and Spectral Law are fantastic black metal bands that just fly under the radar, especially in 2020. No one's really talking about this album. I'm quite surprised because this is an epic 40 ages for black metal, especially in a pandemic year like this.
First one here is Ages Uncrowned, released on August 21st, 2020. Swedish-based Ages have released one of the most special black metal albums of 2020. Gorgeous melodic guitars, fantastic atmosphere with the keyboards and vocals, hooks on pretty much every song. This album hit my rotation constantly throughout the year. The audio production and mastering on this record is fantastic. As you can hear, even the subtle keyboard layers and choirs throughout the record alongside the blistering melodic black metal fury. This is some of the best melodic atmospheric black metal I have heard to date. I think it's great that black metal can be so innovative and explore other concepts other than evil and misanthropy. Here's a clip from UNDIVINE. Support Ages on their Bandcamp page. They have vinyl and CDs available. Grab something for your black metal collection for the winter.
It should be no surprise that Obsidian Tongues Volume 3 made it to our list for Best Black Metal of 2020. We talked about these guys all the way back in February of this year. Volume 3 has been an album in the making for quite some time now, and we're very eager to finally see it come to fruition. Here's a clip from our original review of it back in the earlier part of the year.
I don't even know how you could improve it. You know, like,
right.
What else would you change?
That's why I give it a perfect score.
Yeah,
I'm giving it 5 out of 5 tongues.
I think I'm gonna change mine to 5 out of 5 tongues.
Yeah. Okay.
I would give this, I mean, it's in all of its flaws, there is flawlessness.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be in my 2020 running in playlists for a long time.
I already know it's going to be on my album of the year list.
So. Strong words from the Metal Forge.
That was the before times. It feels so long ago, before the pandemic took hold of our lives. Our thoughts on the album, though, have not changed. This really is a practically perfect black metal record that blends our favorite elements of black metal, psychedelic rock, and post-metal. Don't believe me? I'll prove it to you. Here's a clip from the song Return to the Fields of Violet. Man, I gotta say, that song absolutely slays. And when Brandon and I learned that this album was recorded in the manner of just two guys in the rehearsal studio, no backing tracks, no click tracks, we as musicians and audio producers really know how difficult that is. But it also really generates a certain kind of characteristic. Your personality comes through on the recording. And it also really goes to show how masterful these two are as musicians to put out a record that is that tight, is that in the pocket, and is that focused, and yet still so good. Man, there's just something so vibrant and cohesive about this record. It's so genuine. Not much has changed our minds about what we thought about it back here in February. And so this album absolutely deserves its spot as one of the best of black metal for 2020 from Metal Forge Reviews.
So another album which took me by surprise was Odraza, Rezeczom. Holy crap. What a fantastic album this is. Mix of black and death metal, doom metal, post-metal. It's got everything, it really does. It even got a bit of a circus vibe as well. Although these songs are pretty hard to pronounce, I'm gonna try and refrain from butchering this fucking album. But my god, it is absolutely fantastic album. It's got some really strong influences of Behemoth as well. Black and death metal at times, but also incorporating black metal elements. It's one hell of a time. I just love the production on this album. Production is pretty good, but it's a very fun album. Now, the last track is a long instrumental. I love the proggy elements, not to mention the guitar work on this album is absolutely fantastic. Get a few solos along the way, and the vocals are really good as well. Odraza are a Polish black metal band, but they have released, this was their sophomore album, and I was very impressed. Odraza certainly is an experimental band, you could say, to incorporate elements of avant-garde. What's really different is how intense some of these songs are. Like Odraza can get really soft and then can get really incredibly heavy. I just love it. Not to mention the drums on this album. The drums on this album are absolutely fucking fantastic. I just love this tone of the snare. Tone of the snare is really good, creating this ominous atmosphere that is building. Yeah, so go check out Odraza Rezeczom. I'm gonna play you a track called track 6, Świt, opowiadaczy, or whatever the fuck you call it. Take a listen. So if you ever want to check out Odraza Rezeczom, link will be down in the description. Do check them out, and do check out their first album as well, because that album is absolutely magnificent. Total banger this is. It's very fun. You want to play this multiple times, averaging around about 54 minutes, but god damn it, it's one hell of a ride. So go check out Odraza Rezeczom.
Next one on my list is Kvaen, the Funeral Pyre. This was released on February 28th, 2020. Pagan Viking black metal from Sweden, Kvaen was one of the biggest surprises of 2020 to me, and actually a lot of the metal scene. I had never heard of Kvaen, and Black Lion Records hit the nail on the head signing these guys, and they have multiple prints of merch that sell out all the time. This record is dripping with pagan Viking themes. It's crazy melodic, and any black metal record that has the lyrics fire, fire, fucking fire is going to hit my rotation a ton. It's a one-man project with up-tempo compositions throughout, easily one of the best pagan black metal records in years. Here's a clip from Revenge by Fire. Support Kvaen on the Black Lion Records page, where they have a lot of t-shirts, CDs, bundles, and cassettes. Do not sleep on this album. It absolutely slays.
And before I get to my next pick, I just want to remind you that we have segments that come out every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We've also categorized our segments by playlist. We do reaction videos, best of the month, best of the underground, and a whole slew of metal discussions. Brandon and I are not only metal fans, we are musicians and producers. We want to give you an analytical insight into the music that you and I are both passionate about. My next pick is Blaze of Perdition's The Harrowing of Hearts. This pick was featured in our Best of 2020 So Far video, and it rightfully deserves a place right here in our Best Black Metal of 2020 list. Hearing this band for the first time was an absolute treat. I was immediately drawn into the unique occultist atmosphere of this record. Listening to the album makes me feel like I've drank from a chalice made from a human skull, and the liquid is descending me further into a hallucinogenic construct built from all that is chaotic, cosmic, and mystical. Here's a clip from the great SEDUCER. Drink for the chalice.
So you can understand.
Man, this album gives me chills. Its sonic depth is almost as vast as the atmosphere that it portrays. And when the two are intertwined, it just makes for an unrelenting black metal record. I usually like my black metal a little more melodic and less petrifying, but this album is an exception because it shows how forward-thinking this band is. Fantastic work from Blaze of Perdition.
Next on my list is And Ocean's Cosmic World Mother. This was released on May 8th, 2020. Finnish metalers And Oceans have returned with one of the most fantastic black metal records of the year and potentially on my albums of the year list. A monstrous return in over 18 years, this is the shadowy cosmic child of Dark Funeral and Catamenia. There's a huge sense of depth here on this record with these synthesizer elements, and this album is a fantastic example of how you do symphonic black metal correctly. The arrangements on this album are unexpected and beautiful. The music is fierce and relentless. This is some of the best black metal to round out your collection. Here's a clip from Cosmic World Mother. Check out And Ocean's Bandcamp page. They've got a ton of merch in the form of vinyl, CDs, and a few shirt designs. Definitely pick something up.
Winterfylleth's The Reckoning Dawn is my third choice for one of the best black metal albums of this year. This band has returned with their fantastic variation of melodic black metal. One of the things I love about Winterfylleth is their sincerity, and it always comes across in their music. This album is no exception. Winterfylleth are masterful songwriters and know just how to take their listener on an episodic journey. Their songs have infectious melodies that are built upon a foundation of tempestuous riffs and drumming. The sonic qualities on this record are amazing. Skyforge Studios continues to prove that they are one of the UK's finest in metal audio production. To me, this is a band that can do no wrong. And when I learned that they were coming out with an album this year, I knew it was going to be a great one, and I was not at all disappointed. Brandon and I were really honored to be able to interview Chris Naughton of Winterfylleth, so if you haven't already, be sure to check that video out. It's chock full of nerdy questions from us and some very introspective answers from Chris. Here's a clip from the closing track from The Reckoning Dawn. Winterfylleth's The Reckoning Dawn is a melodic black metal album that deserves your ears if you're into black metal that features gripping, multi-layered songwriting driven by furious vocals and creative guitar riffs. Put this album on your radar and definitely check out their back catalog if you have not yet done so.
Last on my list is Uada, Djinn. This is released on September 25th, 2020. The third full-length record from Uada, expanded on their melodic black metal repertoire into some other metal subgenres in the best way. There's post-punk and classic heavy metal vibes at times, but make no mistake, this album is rooted in their fantastic Northwestern American black metal sound. I love the organic production on this release. The atmosphere of this record feels mystical and full of magic, and that's something that I have really thoroughly enjoyed about the aura of the band throughout their career. Every album feels like it's its own haunted world of wonder, and that's something I latch on to constantly every release with this band. Another contender for one of the best records of 2020 for me, here's a clip from The Great Mirage. You could support Uada on their Bandcamp page. They have LPs, t-shirts, CDs available. Do not miss this record if you like black metal on the supernatural side.
Okay guys, so next up and final is Paysage Im Wald. Holy shit. Now a lot of people are talking about Paysage and it seems like this is a one-man project, I believe. One-man project. This was released early this year and holy crap. Now the production is very lo-fi. It sounds like the actual mix is from a potato. I just love it, I really do. And it's one of the best black metal albums. It's very atmospheric. It's incredible. It's like you're lost in the bush. You're lost in the bush. You're lost in the forest, trying to get out as a silhouette is trying to follow you. The cold wind blowing in your ears, the atmospheric vibe. There are elements of doom, post-metal, black metal. Oh, just so many genres within one album. It's so damn good. Stimmen Im Wald is being my favorite off the album, along with Rezeczom Side, and then you got Im Winterfylleth, which is absolutely epic. But this album goes on for 2 hours, and holy crap, what an incredible journey. 2 hours of bliss. The drumming is trancey, it's hypnotic. Sometimes you put it on when you want to go to sleep and you'll fall asleep like that. The drums are intense, the vocals are amazing, the vocals are very low in the mix, but it just creates another instrumental within the overall tone of the album. And this is Paysage's, I think, up to 11th album now. And this man doesn't stop. I believe he's also making another album next year as well, which is so damn exciting. So yeah, Paysage Im Wald is an absolute epic. And I'm gonna play you a clip, Stimmen Im Wald. Check it out. In my opinion, listen to this album countless times now. It feels like you are trapped in a forest. You are trying to get out. You're trying to get out, but you just can't. There's no return. There's no return. You're lost in the dark woods and you trip over a few twigs and all of a sudden this silhouette comes behind you. It's a horrific, horrifying album. It's atmospheric in tone. It's one of the best black metal albums of 2020. If you want to check out Paysage, of course, link will be down in the description. Go check it out on Bandcamp. Absolutely magnificent. Go check out a few other albums as well. And thank you, Metal Forge Reviews, for having me on this video.
There we have it. A big thank you to Jamie Horsley for his contributions on this segment. We're very honored to be collaborating with some of the talented members of the YouTube metal community. Be sure to check out Jamie's page because he covers a wide swath of rock and metal music with album ranking videos and very timely album reviews. So, black metal fans, what did you think of our list? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? We'll take your criticism. Just leave your malcontent at the door, please. Very soon we'll be having our best of the year video coming out, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. Until then, may the gods guide you. For John.